The ThermAffyx patient safety system is intended to maintain normothermia, treat hypothermia, and provide anti-slip positioning securement for adult patients. It is intended for use in all areas of healthcare facilities where there is a risk that the patient will not remain normothermic or become hypothermic, and/or the patient is subject to traction or pulling forces caused by procedures that require special positioning like Trendelenburg. The system includes a single-use pad, a controller with power supply cable, and an extension cable that connects the pad to the controller. The pad kit includes an optional draw sheet and body strap. Before using the system, be sure to read the instructions for use, including all cautions, warnings, and notice statements in its entirety. Let's begin by setting up the controller. The controller is equipped with a universal mounting device on the back of the controller and can be securely mounted to IV poles, infusion stands, round pipes, and standard medical rails. To attach the controller to a standard IV pole or infusion stand, turn the hand wheel counterclockwise to open the attachment device. Position it at your desired height on the IV pole. Place the opened clamp around the pole and turn the hand wheel clockwise to tighten and secure it. Confirm that the controller is firmly attached. Next, we'll prepare the controller for use. Inspect all components for any visible damage. Do not use damaged components. Connect the power supply cable to the controller power cable socket. Plug the power supply cable into a suitable facility outlet. Align the pins and insert the extension cable into the controller socket. Secure the connection by rotating the collar of the extension cable. Follow the cleaning and disinfection instructions for the controller in the instructions for use after each use. Now we will set up the pad on the OR table. Ensure the operating table mattress is clean, dry, and securely attached to the table. No materials should be placed between the mattress and the pad. Check the expiration date on the pad before unpacking the pad and discarding the packaging materials. The table rail straps attached to the pad should be facing down, toward the mattress. Align the pad's perineal cutout with the similar cutout on the OR table mattress. The connector on the pad should be toward the head of the OR table. To secure the pad onto the OR table, slide each table rail strap downward between the rail and the table. Pull it up around the outside of the rail and fasten it securely with the Velcro patch. Depending on the height of the OR table mattress and where the OR table rails are positioned, you may need to loop the strap twice before securing the Velcro to provide stability when the bed is tilted. Repeat this for all the straps. With the extension cable already connected to the controller, connect the other end to the pad. Press the standby button to switch on the controller. The system automatically performs a self-test, and once complete, it's ready for use. Press one of the pad set temperature buttons to begin heating. You'll see the heating symbol and the actual pad surface temperature on the screen. The pad surface temperature will rise toward the set point. Now we will position and secure the patient on the pad. It is important that the pad has as much direct contact with the patient's skin as possible to achieve optimal clinical effectiveness. Avoid using lubricants, oils, or powders on the patient's skin. If necessary, clean the skin before use. Ensure that the patient's sacrum, upper body, and shoulders are in direct contact with the pad. If the draw sheet is used, minimize the width of the draw sheet to maximize patient contact with the pad. The pad should be flat underneath the patient, without any folds, wrinkles, or bunching. A body strap is included in the pad kit. To use, secure each piece on both sides of the OR table rails so they are aligned next to the patient's upper arms. Fasten the strap across the patient's body using the Velcro applied to the strap. If a head positioner is used, ensure that the patient's shoulders are in contact with the pad and not with the head positioner. The patient's core temperature must be monitored at regular intervals during use. To change the pad set temperature, press and hold the desired temperature button for 1.5 seconds. A white frame appears around the new set temperature, and once you've held the button for 1.5 seconds, the new temperature is highlighted in white to confirm the change. Heating resumes towards the new setting. The 1.5 second press and hold prevents unintentional temperature changes. To turn the controller off, press and hold the standby button for 1.5 seconds. All displays will turn off, and the standby LED will illuminate. Let's walk through the operating modes. Once the controller is plugged in, the device moves into standby mode, and the standby LED lights up. In standby, the controller still has power, but the electronics and the pad are not powered. The controller performs a self-test automatically every time the device is turned on. If the self-test fails, an alarm or fault code appears. If upon startup the controller doesn't detect that a pad has been connected, the controller will stay in no pad mode and will display an animation prompting you to connect the pad. Once the pad is correctly connected, the controller automatically switches to on mode. In on mode, the display shows the pad's actual temperature and the 3 available set temperatures. Pressing any of the temperature select buttons will start the heating process in heat mode. For information on alarm modes, refer to the instructions for use. Prior to disposing of the pad, disconnect the pad from the controller. The pad is single-use and must be disposed of according to your facility's protocols. Follow the cleaning and disinfection procedures in the instructions for use after each use. The controller should be unplugged prior to cleaning.